Okay. You grab the other
What
piece?
smells like
Who's inside
bowel
the-
out of people's stomachs, enzymes that haven't, I have a stomach that doesn't digest food right.
Oh, wow.
And I get bowel systems where I throw up what they call bacterial. And depending on how much meat I've eaten or the kind of foods I've eaten, and if I haven't eaten enough vegetables, it gets worse, like greens and things.
Right.
Too much acid doesn't do my stomach any good. I try to stay away from lemon juice, orange juice. Pineapple's okay, but it still has a little acid in it if it's not, ripe all the way, if it's not what they call mushy.
Right.
I learned when my kids were little to make sure they ate more fruits.
How many kids do you have?
I have 4. With my first 2, it was fruits and meats and veggies in meats.
Okay.
And then I realized if I bought the fruits, the Hawaiian tropic fruits and stuff like that from Gerber, instead of meats, they could eat meats at the house if you mushed them up real good. And Granny was one of those that did stuff behind your back that you wasn't paying attention to.
Right.
And feeding them stewed potatoes with, the meat sauce all mushed up in them and stuff. So she kept them fat and healthy too. What are y'all's names?
So I'm Jonathan.
Jonathan,
My name
nice
is
to meet
Devin.
you. Nice
What's
to
your
meet
name?
you, Devin. Elaine.
Hi,
Susan Elaine.
Susan Elaine.
Susan Elaine.
Okay.
I'm a real family person. I just don't like yuck in my life.
Yeah, so-
Non-instrumental, non-heavenly thoughts and feelings.
So let's
I don't like the downtrodden people,
Yeah, let's do it like this.
Yeah, let's do it like this. If you don't mind, introduce yourself again and tell us where you're from originally.
I'm originally from Northeast Dallas and Duncanville.
Okay. So Susan, let me ask you. We have these conversations. We just, of course, met you right here.
Right.
But we try to get an understanding of kind of what got you to this moment.
My mother was kind of forced into moving to Kaufman County, and from there it just got real funky-fied. Everybody relied on her 401k to pay taxes on property that they didn't own or did own, or business buildings that they didn't really have anything to do with, that they went in to do construction work for or set up for telecommunication skills for people who do work probably now for Parkland or Baylor Hospital that do calls up for medical
Right.
financing and stuff like that. Just
Let me ask you.
telecommunication skills.
Did you come from a two-parent household, mom and
I came
dad?
from a single parent household.
So just your mom. Any brothers and sisters?
I have 6 sisters that are not related to my stepsister, and she's the youngest.
How are they doing in life?
I haven't never met any of them. I have dreams of other siblings that look like me in other spots of the world, but not all of them are together. My dad and my real mother split up when I was about probably either just after she had me or right before she had me. And my dad didn't marry my mom until I'd say my mom was probably got pregnant with my sister about probably a year after, maybe a year and a half after my sister came along.
And Susan, how old are you now?
52, 53.
Almost
53.
Do you have
Closer to 54. I really don't want to say.
Right, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Do you have ID?
I don't have any of my ID. I have it on the computer over here, and I have some ID at the stew pot. My birth certificate, I know, is at the stew pot. Usually when I had to go get my birth certificate in, I had to go through my stepmother, but my stepmother died, I want to say 15 years ago. 15 to 12 years ago.
I see.
So it's been a while. She died at Baylor Hospital.
I see. Can I ask you, as far as even being out here, were drugs ever a part of your life?
Yeah, off and on for years.
What-
My dad was a big drug addict. My dad was in and out of trouble all the time. My dad lost a job with the Dallas Police Department. He also moved to Arkansas. Well, actually, he kidnapped me and took me to Arkansas. I was there for almost a year before he brought me back to Dallas. He bought a place out there, and I don't know, maybe 10, 15 acres, and the trailer house that he had put his thing on is like, I want to say, almost 2 hours in snow, 2.5 hours in snow and thick ice away from Little Rock. And
What?
at that time, it was all blondes. I mean, you didn't see hardly very many brunettes or redheads in school at all.
I believe you.
Yeah.
What was your father's drug of choice? What drug was he on?
Some coke, a major pothead, and my husband was into acid and, bless his heart, crack, probably a little meth. I don't think he was a needle user because I never saw him pick up heroin before. But I had an incident about 8 or 9 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, where they had taken a crack pipe and rammed the, what they call the tar of the heroin after they cook it up, and it gets sticky, and rubbed it all inside a crack pipe, and probably speed and meth at the same time, all 3 chemicals.
Wow.
And it sent me on a really, really weird, bombastic, they probably did that to my real mother, and that's probably why they weren't together. There's a long story behind that, and I really don't want to get into it. It's probably a very sad. I've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 really good family members, but I'm trying to take it in stride, you know?
Your husband,
My
is he still around?
grandfather's best friend that used to go out and take care of his lovely property back when I was younger, when he lived in Northeast Dallas. He did all the exterior work, interior work, probably helped lay the carpet in both places, helped arrange moving furniture and stuff and different items. And bless his heart, I haven't seen him in a while, and I've been kind of worried about him because the last time I saw him, we went to the church next to Austin Street Shelter. Pastor Kevin is a Church of Christ, and not him, but his best friend moved to Arkansas with my aunt. She moved down there, I guess, a year after they moved down there, and supposedly my other half moved to either towards his grandmother's or out there with him. I'm not sure, don't get me wrong on that one. But him and his wife have another whole deal because she has another son by somebody else, and I've never met him. But the last time I heard from them, his father-in-law and my mom were having problems with her other son, and he's either older or the same age as he is. Don't get me wrong, I don't know. You know, I can't say exact because my first husband would be, I want to say 58, 59, but looks probably damn good for it, you know?
There you go. Where's your husband now? Your current husband?
My current husband, as far as I'm concerned, is Ballhead. We've been together off and on. We've been together twice. But his mom is Iranian, and he was living in Duncanville, and he had lost his apartment. But we've had a couple of incidences where we've gotten woke up by somebody, or I've gotten woke up by somebody that looks like they could be possibly an ex-convict murderer, and I'm just, when somebody lays down next to me, I'll wake the fuck up at a drop of a hat. Nothing can come around me without me realizing it.
Have you ever been assaulted or anything?
Several different times. In fact, over by where CVS is, there's a little spot a little further up over there, that garage place where they have the 4 trash cans in the back and the 2 out in front. I got jumped. I told them that they needed like that little yellow thing that they've got over there, in front of that was some kind of key lock on it, so that if you go in there, you can actually key lock to get your car in and out.
Exactly.
Whether it has to have one lock or two locks on both sides, because all I have to do is reach around the other side to unlock. But it keeps you from getting jumped, because I've almost damn near been fucked off in that corner. I mean, it's not cool at all. And working it late at night at 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning, it can be scary for women.
Let me ask you.
Real scary. And if you don't move and groove, and it's kind of like stick and run. If you don't move and groove and get what you need done over there, box-wise and stuff like that, or leave it till in the morning, it's a messy situation. You got to have at least 3 or 4 people to get trash put in. Because if you got 15 trash dumpsters or 15 trash buggies, you can't get it all in there without having to have somebody watch your back to get the stuff in there, or at least get the hell up out your way, you know?
Exactly. Let me ask you, was your husband, was he abusive, the one that put you on drugs?
My first husband was very physically abusive, but he was a very, very jealous person. It's like Jesus was a very jealous, God was a very jealous God. Let's just say he was very biblical. His grandmother, his dad, I mean, they go to church 2 and 3 and 4 times a week, because their best friend is a preacher. So he does Sunday school teaching.
What year did you get married?
I got married.
Your first marriage.
My first marriage, I got married probably when I was, you're going to flip out on this, probably about 7 or 8. I walked over a broomstick. My mom fuckered that up looking through the back end of a horse trailer and going, oh my God, they're doing the shiniggy-riggy.
In 78?
Yeah, 78, 79.
Okay.
To my best friend on a trail ride. And they laugh at me because we were really in love. But when I met James, I was probably 14 or 15, and we just kind of hit it off. But it's like when you're doing air conditioning and heating, and you work for an uptown company, and you have to regress to doing apartment rentals and doing all that. You know, you got to do 5 or 6 apartments and get the make ready done and make sure it's painted and make sure, and you've got a list you've got to go through, and you've got to check all the stoves and do this and make sure everything, because he does, you know, he knows how to fix stoves and different things. I mean, they teach you everything under the book. But his original deal was chill water.
Oh, wow.
And that's big time money when you're working for chill water.
So let me ask you, what age were you when you were first introduced to like drugs?
Very young.
Teenage?
Marijuana, yeah, teenager. Wow. My cousin introduced me to dope. Wow. Yeah. She used to, honest to God, the favorite thing to do when they were young was huffing airplane.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It gets you high. It gets you high.
Rush. You stick it on a rag and you breathe it in, you know, and I'm just...
What all drugs?
There's certain smells I can't stand, like Tucci.
Yeah.
Tucci makes me want to vomit.
Wow.
I had somebody one time take weed, crack, and Tucci and stick them all together. And I was walking on a train track back over here this way, and it doesn't have a wall on either side. So when you're driving, and I can't remember, don't ask me, because I couldn't tell you where it was at for nothing. But it was on a main road, and I know it has to be a 4-mile strip, at least, because I'm walking with no flip-flops and glass all up in my feet. Oh, wow. By the time I get around here to the end of this corner, and down the other end, and I think it was just before they tore down the crossroads, right after, I don't know if they tore down the crossroads before this place was built, and then built the apartments, or built the apartments in this, because my mind's kind of semi-fudgered up, but it was in the same time, and I remember walking this away down the back street to the front. I guess the apartments were there, and this was built, maybe just had started opening.
Right.
Before they started opening this place, just before they opened it.
Right.
And I was talking, but the chicken lady and somebody else, the Mexican group, was feeding down here on Saturdays and Sundays.
Right.
I don't know if y'all heard of the chicken lady or not.
I haven't heard of
She's
chicken
a little
lady.
white lady, kind of plumpy,
Let me go look
kind
for
of
her.
real sweet. But me and Brat, because I know Brat has 3 or 4 sisters, and she's real pretty and she's not missing no teeth. Me, Brat, and 2 or 3 other people used to hang out and wait until she got ready to clean up so that we could get an extra plate if there was anything left over, or help her pick up and clean up.
Right.
You know, and make sure things were picked up.
So Susan, let me ask you, what all drugs have you partaken in? If
Well, I'm not a heroin addict. I'm not a speed addict. Ice isn't that really hard not to want to do. I mean,
ice,
let's
you've
get
tried,
real.
yeah.
I've had to smoke it because I've had to pull somebody up out of the fire every once in a while.
There you go.
You know, it's not something I like to do, but I'm not going to sit there and watch them get beat up, because there's somebody my uncle used to know a long time ago, and they're a really sweet person, a very loving person, a very caring person, but he's not somebody you want to take advantage of, because he'll do anything and everything for you.
Right.
Just don't try to hurt him. You know, he's a very loving, caring person.
Is-
And I know he's had good jobs. I don't know what he's doing out here on the streets right now, bless his heart, but he has no business.
Was that the most addictive drug you had? Was ice or
No, crack.
crack?
Yeah, my husband and me I was off crack for 8, 9 years or 10 years, and I had to smoke a whole bunch of it the other night when they left us in the middle of the street.
Was this
for
in the
about-
80s?
No, this was about 2 days ago. Yeah, I've been off the shit. I don't
Wait,
mess
so
with the shit.
you've been off for 8 or 9 years, and 2 days ago
Yeah.
you got
I had
introduced back to crack?
Yeah, because I had somebody land right next to me that I knew I had seen on television as a murderer.
Wow.
And I'm not letting my family go down like that. You're not going to sneak up on me. Then when I wake up, I find a piece of freaking what looks like you would use for a tire tool. It wasn't a tire tool.
Oh.
It was an L-shaped piece of metal rod, and I'm like, I'm waking up with this sitting less than 20 feet from me? No.
Wow.
I'm not seeing it happen. I need to go check and make sure, because I don't know what
Yeah,
time it is.
there's about 3 more minutes we're about to
Yeah.
go, but you have 2 lifestyle condoms in your
I
hand.
just picked them up off
Yeah,
the concrete. The steps, no, mullet printing has been around forever.
Exactly. How important is it, like, to just even be protected out here, even with those?
Well, I don't use these because I don't have sex with just everybody.
There you go. There
I
you go.
haven't had sex in like, what, 8, 9 years at least?
Oh.
Yeah. I don't just sleep around.
Make sure you
And
pass
when
it
I'm
along.
in a hotel, don't mean I'm sleeping with anybody either.
There you go. Make sure you pass it along.
Yeah.
And as you get up, can you explain to people what the stew pot is?
Stew Pot is a place where you can go to get bus passes back to the state that you were in. If you have family that lives there, and you can get an address and a phone number of somebody that's taking you back into their home, or that lives in the same home that you've lived here with, and have family that live down there at the same time that they can connect the both of them to, and then move you there. And then I saw a deal on TV today that in San Antonio, they rigged up a deal for the homeless there, that if they don't have permanent housing there, that they're gonna make it to where they have a hotel that you can stay at for a month or 2 until they can get you in a permanent housing situation.
Amazing.
So
Thank
that's
you.
a good thing.
Well, Susan, thank you so much. If you don't mind telling us your name again and your
Susan
age.
Elaine Bell, and I'm 52 to 55.
Again, thank you so much for your
Thank you,
time. We
sweetheart.
definitely appreciate you so
God
much.
bless you.
Thank you.